Hey y'all. I wanted to make this video about shopping black businesses. I feel like there's a lot that needs to be said on this topic, and um, let's get into it. There are two different sides you have to look at when you start the conversation about shopping black business. The first side that I'm going to look at or address, I won't say side, I'll say perspectives, okay? First, let me get into why I'm making this video. Okay, so a while ago, maybe about a year and a half now, I started watching lectures by Dr. Umar Johnson, and I saw, oh gosh, now it's not in my mind. Hidden Colors, okay, with Dr. Umar Johnson, Tariq Nasheed, and several other people who are active in the black communities. And one in particular, one part, there are three parts that are out so far, but there was one section that really got me to thinking, actually, you know what? No, that's not what, okay, sorry. Rewind. The catalyst, the first thing I ever saw and intrigued me about black business and black business owners was, I don't remember where I was, but I heard about and then started doing research on the first Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I won't go into it. It's a long story. Basically, there was, I think it was that a woman accused a man of raping her or something like that. And the white citizens surrounding this black, they used to call it Little Africa. It was a town of black people, profitable businesses, and not just hair salons and nail salons. There were banks, there were movie theaters, there were train companies, cab companies, schools, basically a sufficient black town, dry cleaners, shoe repairmen, all kinds of things, grocery stores, anything that you could think of that would sustain a community. It was black and it was in this area. Anyway, this woman accused, it says this man rapes her or whatever. And before there's any kind of trial or anything, these white people get all up in a frenzy and they loot, bomb, massacre. I believe it was about 300 or maybe 600. I can't remember. You have to Google it for yourself. But black people were killed over this. I mean, they tore this town apart to the point where there was no way to even revitalize that community. They ran these people out of their homes. They ran them out of the town. And the people that were alive were left with little to nothing. That's it. So anyway, I read about that and it was so intriguing to me, not the part about them killing these black people, but the part where I never knew that we had towns and the Little Africa or the Black Wall Street that I was referring to in Tulsa was not the only one. I believe there was one, was it Charlotte, North Carolina? They had something similar. And is it in Compton? Pico Boulevard was kind of something similar. I may be getting some of this wrong. I'm not a historian, but I believe I'm pretty right on most of this. But we've had several other areas where black business has flourished. Not so much recently, but back in the back days. But so it really intrigued me, and then I saw Hidden Colors, and there was this section where this guy was saying that you have to build from the ground up, build your infrastructure or whatever, and it just made me interested in patronizing black businesses, because we're the only race that doesn't keep our money in-house. Jewish people keep their money in-house as much as they can, you know what I mean? Asian people, we know Asian people do it because you ain't never seen an Asian girl at a black hair salon. Okay. And even though you might say, well, they don't have the hair that we, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm sure there are black girls who go to white stylists, right? So it's not a thing of having the texture of hair. It's just that they don't do it. They don't shop in regular, grocery stores for the most part. They have their own little grocery stores, whatever. They recycle their money in their community. We're the only race that does not do that. Okay. And we need to get back to that because there's nothing wrong with it. I'm not saying that you should shop only black business and don't patronize anybody else. But if you do, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that at all. You're just keeping the money in your community. So anyway, before I get off in a tangent, I was having a conversation with my mom. And I was saying, this was around the time of the Baltimore riots. And I was telling her that marching peacefully, I feel like it doesn't really do anything. Like, what does marching peacefully do? And so she kind of challenged me and she was like, no, I said, she was like, what do you think helps? And I said, well, probably boycotting, not spending our money with white people is what will get their attention. You can march as much as you want. You can riot as much as you want. But when that money stops rolling in, that's when they'll be willing to listen. And so to challenge me, she was kind of like, well, what are you doing about it? And so I said, well, I've started little by little shopping black businesses. And I'll be the first to admit that it's more so when it's convenient. I have a black dentist right now that's right down the street from my house. And I have a black beauty supply store. And I won't shop at any other beauty supply store. When I stopped getting my nails done a while ago when I went natural. And, but when I do decide to get my nails done and stuff, I try to look, on Instagram, for local businesses, that are black, and I utilize them, patronize their business or whatever. When I have, I'm starting a blog soon. I will put more details about that on this page shortly. But when it was time for me to get a logo started, I went to a black, what do you call it? A black person that designs logos. I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, I always do this. Every time I get on a video, I forget my words, but whatever. So I do that. So I have not gotten to the point where I'm willing to drive 40 miles or 160 miles to go to a black grocery store. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but I'm working on it, and that's where I am with it right now. But this is what I have to say about shopping black businesses. In that conversation, my mom was like, well, a lot of black businesses are not, professional. They don't have good customer service, blah, blah, blah. And I hadn't thought about it before. I mean, I've thought that too, like, oh God, they're ghetto, they're this, they're that, whatever. Luckily, the dentist that I have and the beauty supply store that I go to on the regular, they're not like that. But I have had different experiences, which I will talk about, with black businesses that have not been desirable. But out of nowhere, when she said that, I said, but Mom, how many times have you gone to Nordstrom and the lady behind the counter has an attitude with you, or Macy's, or the carryout, and the Asian lady behind the counter has an attitude with you, and you keep going back, right? How come we can keep going back to white businesses, Asian businesses, Jewish businesses? How come we can keep going back to them, but we won't keep going back to our own people, right? We're less tolerant from our own people. And she was like, you know what? You have a really good point there. And I had to stop and think to myself, like, I do have a really good point there, because I don't know where that even came from. I was just literally in a conversation with her, and it just came out. And so I said that, and it got me to thinking, like, anytime one of my friends says, oh, I went to this girl and she was ghetto, blah, 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 whatever, I tell them, I say, listen, instead of deciding not to go back to them, tell them what they did wrong. A lot of times we have to build each other up. Yes, everybody, now we're in this day and age where everybody has a hustle, everybody's doing this, everybody's doing that, but maybe, they're about making money, but they haven't gotten the customer service part of it down yet. And if they're a business, they should have it down, but we have to help each other. That's just what it is. That bathroom is scary right now. It is making me think something's going to come out of there. I digress. Anyway, but we have to help each other. So what I started doing was I started telling the businesses that I was dealing with, good or bad, what I didn't like. So I have 3 examples of business that I've dealt with. So, well, I'll use 2 because one of them I'm still dealing with. So, but I had this guy recommended to me to have my resume rewritten, and I spoke with him on the phone. He sounded really excited about my project. He was like, oh, yes, this is really exciting. I've been sick for a couple weeks, and so I haven't, really had any work, and I'm glad to get back to work, and this is something exciting. I'm excited, whatever. This is a challenge for me, blah, blah, blah. So he says it's $100 for the 2 resumes that you're requesting, and you get the 2 resumes and you get 2 cover letters. He's come highly recommended from a good girlfriend of mine and my mother. So when he said it's $100, but if you send it Western Union, it's a $12 fee or whatever. If that's too much for you, you can take the $12 out of the $100 that I will be charging you for the resumes. And I said, nope, you know what? This is your business. You came highly recommended. I'm not going to cheat you out of any money. I'm going to go ahead and I'll just send the $100 and I'll be charged the $12. I believe in your work. Like I said, you come highly recommended. I'm not going to short you. He said, oh, awesome, blah, blah, blah. I'll have your resume to you, your first resume, which was the standard form. I'll have that to you on Friday morning. So I said, okay. It was a Wednesday when I talked to him. When I had this conversation with him, it was 3:00. Okay. I had his money to him by 5:30 at the latest. Okay. I Western Union his money to him at 5:30. So I told him that I had an interview with a recruiter on Friday, and I wanted to have my standard resume to take with me on that interview. He said, okay, cool, no problem. I'll have it for you. Friday rolls around. I don't have nothing for him in the morning. Now, this is one thing you need to understand about me. When it comes to business, if you say you're going to have something on a certain day, that's when I'm expecting it. I'm not tripping if you don't have it, but I need to have something. I need to have some type of communication from you saying, listen, this is what happened. I couldn't get it on Friday. I'll have it to you on Sunday, or I'll have it to you on Monday, or whatever. That's not a problem with me. But don't wait until Friday when you were supposed to have it to me to send me something saying you're not going to have it to me. That communication should come Thursday night or whatever. So anyway, I don't have it on Friday. So I'm like, I ended up being sick with a sinus infection. So I didn't go into work that Friday anyway. So it really wasn't a big deal. But I was just kind of like, dog, if I did have this interview, I wouldn't have my resume. But I do have a resume. So by Sunday, I'm like, okay, I haven't heard anything from him. Now, if you're supposed to have something to me by Friday, I don't care about your weekend. I'm sorry. I feel like if you didn't have it to me by Friday, I'm well entitled to contact you on Saturday or Sunday. Like, what's up? Now, within, appropriate hours, but I'm well within my right to say what's up with my stuff. Okay. Especially because you already have my money. So, anyway, more conversation. I end up getting my standard resume by, Tuesday, I think. So that's almost a week later. So when I get it, stuff is wrong. Like my name is misspelled. Now the resume does look nice, but there is little stuff wrong. Like my name is spelled wrong. You've had from Wednesday, you were supposed to give it to me. Now, had you got it to me on Friday, maybe I would have overlooked that. It still would have been a bit tacky, but you got it to me when you said you were going to have it. I can easily change my name, whatever. I'm not going to trip about something small like that. But you had until Tuesday. What were you doing between Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday that you couldn't spell my name right before you sent it to me on Tuesday? So I didn't get ugly with him because he still had my other resume to do. Okay. Mind you, in that conversation that Wednesday, he said your standard resume should be to you on Friday. Your federal resume should be to you on Monday. Okay. So Monday didn't come and go, and I don't have either resume. Tuesday's when he sent me my standard one. So the federal resume, I think I get it on Thursday. Let me get my... No, you know what? I don't have time to do all that. I'm just going to tell you guys that I did send him a letter, and I told him, you know, the work that you did was really nice. I just told him, you know, I don't appreciate... No, let me get my phone, because you guys need to hear how I... Un momento, por favor. You guys need to hear what I told him, okay? Because this is how you let somebody know, you know, you don't have to be nasty, but you need to be direct. You need to be direct with them. Okay. Okay. So I said, hello, my apologies for the late reply. I sincerely appreciate you taking the time to speak with me last week about my resume and skills. Like I said, you made me feel really confident about presenting my skills and abilities to potential employers. And now with my new resumes, I'm definitely excited about moving forward in my search for new employment and not being shy to ask for the compensation I know I deserve. With that being said, the only complaint that I would have with the service that you provided to me was the misleading information you gave about the turnaround time when creating my resumes. I was prepared to give you the time that you needed to produce quality documents, even if you needed a week for each one. However, you said that you could have them done by Monday morning, so that's what I was expecting. I had high expectations for your services based on the recommendations provided by my mother and my friend. And in terms of communication, you fell a little short. I will post your flyers on my social media sites because you did produce an awesome final product, and I like to support small Black businesses when I can. I just hope that you keep my comments in mind when working with future clients, especially if they are using my name as a referral. Okay, that's what I told him. So to me, that says you do good work, but your communication is unsatisfactory. A good business person, after a message like that, will say, you know what? I apologize for that. Let me know what I can do, or this is what I can do. Hopefully this will turn our relationship around. And he did do that. He offered me some services, blah, 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 whatever. The second person, the second interaction I had, I asked someone to do something for my boyfriend's birthday. And she's a very, very small business. She's just getting started. And so I wanted to support her or whatever and buy some product off of her. It was a product that she doesn't make on the regular, but I asked her, could she try? I think it was like a week and a half before my boyfriend's birthday. Now she said, yes, she said she would try. And I think I talked to her on like a Thursday or something like that. She said she had the weekend before to try it or whatever. And she would let me know how it goes. Now, Monday, now here I go again. I said, if you tell me how something, you know, if you tell me you're going to do something, granted, she didn't give me a date to say that it would be ready, but she said she was going to try and see how it went. So Monday comes and I hit her up like, hey, because I'm excited to see, did whatever she was trying to do, did it work out? So I said, hey, you know, did everything work out? And she was like, oh, I haven't forgotten about you. I didn't get a chance. I'll try it this week. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So I never heard from her again. My boyfriend's birthday was Tuesday that just passed. I haven't heard from her at all. And this is the type of stuff. Now, when I asked her, I told her, I said, I think it's awesome what you're doing. You're a young mom. You're trying to get your business off the ground. I am willing to support that 100%. I would rather put my money behind you than behind anyone else. Now, I would think that if someone tells you that, you would now she could have even said, I couldn't get it to work, girl. I don't know, like, that's fine. I told you, like, you told me this wasn't something that you're familiar with. You would try it and see. Okay. Now, word of mouth. Now, here goes an opportunity where I could refer her to someone else, but I can't do that because you didn't produce what you were supposed to for me, But like I said, I'm not going to, at some point when I get ready, I'll send her something just saying, hey, I should probably do it before this video comes out, but hey, I was disappointed I didn't hear from you, like either yay or nay on if you could do it or not. But we have to build each other up. Everybody's not going to be where you expect them to be. And you have some shortcomings. Maybe you're not a business, but you have some shortcomings, which I'm sure you would appreciate someone coming to you and saying, hey, this is what you could do better. It's kind of like a review for your job, right? So anyway, that's that on letting them know. Let them know though. And if you let them know a couple times or whatever and they still don't get it right, move on to another Black business. We have tons of hair salons, nail salons, party planners, cupcake and bakeries and all kind of stuff. We have an abundance of those kind of fashion designers. There's always someone you can move on to. Don't give up just because it's easy to go shop somewhere else. We need to start trying to keep our money in-house so that maybe we can get into grocery store businesses, banks, because we don't have any Black-owned banks. Okay, not that I know of. We don't have any Black-owned banks. We don't have any grocery stores in the area. Now, there are probably farmers, like if you go out Charlottesville, stuff like that, there's probably farmers and stuff. But I live in the D.C. area. So I probably just need to do a little bit more research in terms of, Black farmers in the area where I can get my vegetables and stuff from, which I am open to doing. The other thing I wanted to address is if you are a customer shopping a Black business and they do something wrong and they attempt to make it right, don't be so ghetto and closed-minded that you're like, I don't want to, let them make it right for you, okay? Because that's what business is. And if you were at a white business, you would let them make it right. We need to start treating each other the way we treat them, because they don't always treat us like that, okay? So we need to stop having that opinion of our own people and putting more trust and more support behind other people. And I'm not on some white people are the devil or anything like that. That's not where I'm at with it. But there's nothing wrong with supporting your own people. That's it. And to the business owners, I'm not saying only provide service to Black people. Support Black business, but sell to everyone, because you're only limiting yourself if you take everyone. You can take everyone's money. But when you take in money, find a Black business to put your money back into. Okay? Spend your money Black as often as you can. And, for Christmas, I know a lot of us are materialistic and stuff. This video is getting long, but I'm sorry, y'all. I have to say this. But for Christmas and stuff, shop small Black business. We have jewelry makers. I have several jewelry makers on my friends list right now. Okay. Buy earrings for your girlfriends. Buy Black hair care products from small Black business, because a lot of these, I don't know about Carol's. I don't know who they've sold the companies to, but a lot of like Carol's Daughter, Shea Moisture, Kinky Curly, they have sold their businesses to large white-owned corporations. Okay, so they used to be Black-owned businesses, but they're not anymore. So small Black business is where you should be shopping. That is what you should be doing. Small Black businesses. Okay, because we're not getting anywhere by spending all these millions of dollars go out from our pockets. And what do we have to show for it? Nothing. All you have is the house that you live in and the car that you're driving, and that's it. We don't have anything, you guys. So that's just what I wanted to say. Again, I'm not, I'm talking to my people. So my white friends on my friends list, or who watch my videos, this isn't anything against you, but I gotta talk to my people. Okay, so if you feel a certain kind of way about a girl or boy, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, I don't know. Sometimes we just got to have separate conversations, okay? And that's what this was, a separate conversation. So hopefully I will put a link to an article. There's tons of articles about Black Wall Street, but I will put something in the description box below. And I can't remember what else I said. I'll watch this video back though and see what I said. I was also going to give you guys information too. But please, you guys, support small Black business. If you're on Instagram, there's a hashtag to support small Black business. And if you click on it, you'll find different businesses and stuff like that. But please, you guys, please support your small Black businesses. It's the only way we're ever going to get anywhere. Okay? Bye.